go ahead and call the meeting to order. Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from the April 27th meeting? Any corrections or a motion to approve?
So moved.
It's been moved by Larry and seconded by Randy to approve the minutes. All in favor? All right, motion passed. Consent agenda. We need permission for clerk to pay insurance at time of billing, permission for clerk to pay utilities at time of billing, permission for clerk to pay utility incentives before the 25th of the month, permission for clerk to pay theater bills when due, permission for clerk to pay payment service network bills when due, and permission for clerk to pay attorney bills when due.
So moved.
Moved by David, second by Randy to approve the consent agenda. All in favor? All right. Sheriff report. Deputy Blair, do you have anything?
In your package, you will find the April incident. I'm not able to give your report, I don't know much about it, but you do have it.
And I thought Troy was coming tonight. Maybe might be. Should we wait and see if he's coming to discuss this, or we could discuss?
Yeah, we should probably wait.
Wait, let's skip over the sheriff's report for this time, just in case, there's something I wanna discuss with Troy and Lauren, so we'll see if he comes. New business, Cheyenne County Development Corporation, Chris, you are up.
This is our current brochure for the city of St. Francis. I have marked off on the inside all the stuff that is no longer current. So you will notice that it is getting a little dated on it. Recently, Penny Riley came up with the idea of redoing our brochure. So the second is a bad copy off of my machine, but of what she is recommending. I think it's actually a good option for us. So I'd like to get first permission to see if we can change from the old to a new one. And then I've included pricing if we would like to print the new ones.
I think there's a typo in here.
Probably. I have not sent it to anybody to edit
Okay,
yet,
perfect, perfect.
So, is it, oh, I already know where it is, number 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Casadores.
Supposed to be a Z in there, isn't it?
Casadores, yeah, not Casadores, Casadores. Well, yeah,
So,
Are these the brochures get posted up at the roadside?
yeah, and then they would also go to the other information centers throughout Kansas and to state locations as well. So, we wanted to do just a small run, kind of see how they work. We could do that for $335.51. We used to order about 10,000 at a time. I think that's a lot of more than we need. I'd like to see us do more like 2,500. We'd be looking at $702.85 if we did a run of 2,500. So that'll give us quite a bit to send out to the other centers as well as keep on hand. I guess I should also say, if this is not the idea we want, but we do want to try a new brochure, I could also speak to Jordan's Roger to see if he wants to design something different.
Is this something we pay economic development? Is this something we pay economic development?
No, so normally it's the trade gas tax, normally that is used for that.
No, but will you be ordering them and then we will write the check to you?
We could do it that way, or I can just have an invoice from Greyhound Printing and send it to you guys directly.
And the
That
reason
would
I'm
work.
asking,
I've never done that part of it, so I don't know.
and the reason I'm asking is if it's something you guys are interested in and you wanna go ahead with it, and it's gonna at least take money down to get it started, just motion to pay it on cycle, if it's something.
should we pay that through the Development Corporation, cause I feel like,
Whatever's easier, and I can make it work either way.
I think that might be better for the transit
That's what I
Desk
think
tax
too.
fund, it might be better.
Then on, the second item I have for you guys, the Northwest Kansas Ultimate Guide is, we are in the process of redesigning it. Currently, City of St. Francis has a full-page ad, it's been the same ad for a few years. But if you guys would like to continue with the full-page ad, current rate right now is $2,000. They are doing the, guide now for 2 years, so it'll be good for 2 years. If you guys wanna go a little smaller to a half page, it'd be $1,100, and a quarter page is $650. And again, so Jordan Swigert actually was commissioned to do the whole entire design of the guide, so if we would like him to redesign us a newer ad, that'd be an option as well. So that would be included in that price. So, and I do believe that's always been also taken care of through the rising tax. And again, that
We do a full page last time.
process either.
We've all, yeah, it was a full page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the price increase from the last go around?
it was $100, it was $1,000 last time, so,
For the full page though?
oh, I'm sorry, it was $1,900 and now it's
So
$2,000.
just 100, yeah, so.
$100 per ad.
That's nominal.
Stay with it.
Yeah, is there a motion then to go with the full page ad?
I move that we go with the full page ad.
Moved by Randy,
I'm on the CC's board, I probably ought to.
I'll second
second by Larry, all in favor? Okay,
it. My only concern, I was looking through this flyer when, after Janet had brought it.
Okay.
I think we're missing out by not having these bigger pictures,
I was kind of wondering that myself, so,
because I mean, that really,
cause you don't have to list it to just have a picture and the name of what.
yeah.
I mean, it's
And on
it's
the
nice to
inside,
have
it's kind
a,
of smaller photos, and
Well,
I
do
didn't
like
promise
that.
not to there.
this doesn't describe much, and I agree with Randy, I like the back.
Yeah, okay. So
Um,
maybe
maybe pick a,
some more and maybe make the,
And I think I would keep it as places, and not single out any restaurants or anything.
Well, like the big pictures you have here, these aren't changing.
mhm.
The likelihood of these changing are minimal, so.
Well, in Riverwalk and Killer Pond, that's kind of one and the same, you know, we could combine those.
Yeah.
We've got the theater, Sawhill Park, Aquatic Park.
But does that mean, this is obviously 8.5 by 14, this is 8.5 by 11, is that gonna totally mess up?
it will raise prices slightly, but it's not
Okay.
a major change.
But I'm with you if we took out, like, this has the Spencer House and Cottage, if you just had the places and had,
Yeah, and I can bring you back another design next meeting and see if we like something different.
To me, that just jumps out at you where,
Yeah,
like these pictures, you're like,
I know.
what is
You
I've
don't
it?
know
always
what they
loved the
are.
front, yeah. We get your 10,000.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if we went a little bit bigger, then we'd have maybe a little bit more space to put
Definitely.
pictures on maybe both sides and the stuff listed in the middle,
Yeah.
and I do like maybe kind of
I
having
like the map.
the map.
Yeah, I like.
It's nice.
But, you know,
Yeah, I like having that map on the back.
That's so you can find places.
Yeah, I'm getting old, I get lost easy.
yeah. I was excited that you could read the street names on it without my glasses.
Yes.
And I'll have the print on the inside being bigger
Okay.
than what we have here.
Yeah, we go towards, 8.5 by 14, we can make it bigger, spread it out a little better, so.
Yeah.
Then I will, then I'll get to next one.
Okay.
For next week.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you. Yes.
Jen, do you want me, so, do you need me to send you an invoice from town council or from us? Or how do you want me to?
Are you talking about for
For the
the,
ultimate guide.
oh, the ultimate guide?
We should put in.
We normally pay you guys for that, right?
Triangle
Last
Park.
time you guys paid,
What's
Oh,
that?
yeah,
Kansas,
Oh,
Travis,
yes.
but it can go to the treasurer.
So that they can bill us because that is strictly like guest tax.
Okay, then I'll send you an invoice.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
So-
I'm looking at the old one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That was it, Chris?
That was it.
Thanks,
All right,
Chris.
thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Curb and gutter Kobe Tice. And you got a message after 5 that he was not coming, so.
Yep.
Drought fireworks, was Ryan coming?
I think he just wanted you guys to discuss it. He wanted to see if you guys had an opinion.
Yeah, just the concern, people are starting to get ready to have a firework business and they spend several $1,000s on fireworks with the drought, and then they can't sell them because we're in the drought. Just wanted to get it on everybody's radar.
Do you feel like it's a bigger issue this year than in the past?
Yeah.
If it stays like it is, or like they're predicting, yeah.
It's supposed to get hot.
Cause this rain was enough to make stuff grow and then dry out.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially with wind.
Well, maybe I can reach out to one of the fireworks vendors and just see what their time frame to get stuff ordered, to where, give them a heads up that if we continue that, we might not allow them.
I had one call today, because they heard it was gonna be on the agenda, so then they were just gonna follow up, to see what you guys decided.
Did they say when they kinda order stuff or
No,
have to know by?
no, I didn't even think to ask that, cause I
Okay.
was, I was kinda caught off guard with the question anyway, so I didn't even think to ask that, but.
Okay. Well, hopefully, if we,
We're not in control of the weather.
no, but at least we can maybe reach out to them and know by the next meeting what the weather's gonna look like and give them a heads up before they, that gives us
before
a
they
month
spend
and
the
a half.
bunch.
Yeah, and what their timetable is.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So, okay. Building permits?
Just set the 3 down.
And that's kind of the whole day,
So you're good?
so. That's not part of the battery. But yeah, it should be. So that should be good.
I hope so, this one's done.
Hmm?
So this one's done,
That's it.
the sidewalk out on West Spencer.
And so I said, that one's done, and the shed was moved anyway because the lady was expecting it, so.
Move we approve them.
Moved by Randy,
Second.
second by Larry, all in favor? All right. Transient vendor permit.
$10 a day for 5, is that 5 to 12 days?
On 5/12.
On 5/12.
From the greenhouse and garden on our property and house at our farm. Where's this at?
I'm not sure.
At the hospital.
Oh, I see, yeah. This is part of the hospital thing.
Where are the service goods?
It has that they're doing it intermittently.
This is just 4/5/12, but they're just doing it on 5/12, one day, $10.
Yes,
But-
that's what they wanted to start with.
They're just the second paragraph under business details, when it says how long will you be doing business in the city, it states intermittently. I think that word says over summer and fall. And so, because only the $10 was paid, if the council makes a motion to approve it, you need to note that you are approving it for that day and only that day, and that any further will need to either be permitted or they'll need to apply for the annual license.
Yeah. Okay, it's been moved by David to approve the transient, merchant application for May 12th. Is there a
I'll second it.
second by Randy, all in favor? So chicken permit. Did you have pictures of that one?
Hmm?
So that's in my file.
There's the permit and the picture.
Dan sent this to me.
I sent you, yeah, that's the only question, whether there
Do
was.
we need a
special
building
permit
permit where
for
that's more of a
that big a
permanent
chicken
structure attached to the garage? You know, it's not a coop, portable coop like some of those others that,
Probably.
that's kinda what I thought it probably should get a building permit, but,
Have we talked about this one before?
No.
mm,
Unless you're using the chicken permit as part of the building permit, that thing. So I think the ordinance does talk about coops.
but that could easily be penned and stored lawnmowers or, you know, I mean, where it's built onto the garage. So I guess is there a motion to approve the chicken permit?
So moved.
Moved by Larry,
Yeah, I'll second it.
second by Randy, all in favor? And then should we request that they file a building permit for the structure as well?
I think so.
Okay, you wanna reach out to Jose? Then I also have in here a small business incentive for Fresh Seven. Is that in our packet?
Yeah, they brought it in right at 5, so it should be separate from your packet. It's kind of,
Yeah, here.
yeah, sorry about
No,
that.
that's all right. I just was making sure I didn't skip over
I just
it.
hurried up and made copies and brought them after I already had the packets ready.
I'll move to approve it.
Second.
Moved by Larry, second by David. All those in favor? Okay. Should we skip back up to sheriff report since I'm assuming he's not coming? He was on this morning and as busy as their day was, I bet you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go back to the sheriff's report there. And I also had Jamie print a map. We tend to be having problems with cows loose in town. A cow loose in town down at Triangle Park on a daily basis. I visited with Cody. He informed me that the next time the cow is found in the park, the owner will be cited. However, this yellow line is the city limits, and per ordinance, livestock is not allowed in the city limits, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lauren. That livestock is not permitted inside the city limits, isn't in our code?
Correct.
Yeah,
That's in the city limits.
I didn't know the city.
Whoa,
Yeah. That's,
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, and they passed you.
Second.
See there. Yeah, it really isn't.
it's not, it's last I
Is the
knew.
map,
You said cattle?
Yeah.
I may.
Mhm.
Our code says that it is unlawful for the owner, lessee, or occupant, or a person in charge of any premises in the city to possess and maintain any animal or fowl within the city, or permit to be maintained thereon any stable, shed, pen, or other place where horses, mules, cattle, sheep, goats, or swine, or undomesticated animals are kept. And then it has a list of exceptions. And so it's not that they shall not be located in the city, it's that they shall not be kept in the city.
So, here's the city limit.
Right.
And there's cattle being kept out here.
Okay, so it's not just a coming in.
No, part of, so it's twofold. One, the cow keeps coming to eat our grass down here, which they said they will ticket next time it's out and they get a call, but the problem
Yeah.
is our, per
Right.
our code, technically they can't have.
Right,
cattle
no,
within the city
absolutely.
limits.
Is this map on the?
You can have it.
Okay.
I don't know if it is or not.
I'm like, I don't.
You don't have it.
I don't have the
That's why I
map, so
That's why I brought it to you, cause I thought
I-
you probably need that.
I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. So yes, if there is a pen or a stable or keeping or maintaining of animals within the yellow perimeter, then yes, that is a violation of 2-107.
Okay,
But they're not the only ones that have had animals out in that area in the past. That I can recall.
There used to be some puppy
there used to be dogs, but not
dogs, puppy farm, or
the
puppy mill
greyhounds.
there.
Mm-hmm. There used to be greyhounds. Down here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that there's ever been fire over here,
Not until,
not till now,
not, well, the last few years, there has been.
yeah. Not till the current owner.
They probably need to get a letter saying you're gonna have to move them.
Yeah. Does that come from City Hall?
It comes from City Hall.
Okay.
The reason being, I think the reason being for this, the same thing, is that if it ends up going to court,
Mm-hmm.
whoever gave them notice has to come in and testify, and if I'm the attorney in the case, I can't
Can you
testify.
tell me what that,
2-107.
okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I'll get with Jen and Jamie, we'll get something, everybody in agreement there?
I understand why, I just,
I mean, I always kinda thought that was out of the city limits on that side, but I never actually looked, so I didn't know.
I always thought it kind of followed the road
Yeah,
along the elevator, so I didn't know it went out that far. You wouldn't, I don't think you would have thought it.
Okay, well, we can work on that then.
well, we can give them some give them time to get them moved, because at least two of us were not aware that was in the city limits, so.
If we're still on sheriff report topics, was that taken care of and served in Oklahoma? Do we have any idea?
Not as of noon today.
Okay.
It was out with the deputy last Cassie got from them.
Okay.
She did ask that they email the return of service, and they could not guarantee that. They don't normally, they just mail them, but she asked due to the time constraints on court coming up that they email it.
Next Thursday?
Uh-huh, and she said she will put that out to the officer, but she couldn't guarantee that they would.
Do they not keep a copy of the return of service that they could email?
It's Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's Tulsa. I don't know. I don't know when they got that.
Is this the Wild West? What is happening?
I know. We had to mail it. They only mail it back. Like, we couldn't electronically send it. Like, it had to all be,
And they've cashed our check,
so,
so they've made the $50.
Okay.
I don't, like, we made sure to get that sent
Yeah.
as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
To give them plenty of time to get it served to get,
Correct.
uh-huh,
Okay.
And-
I just thought I'd check since we were
Thanks for
still
doing
kind of up in
yeah.
sheriff report.
No, I think that's, I don't have anything else to report.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Old business property cleanup. We need to, the property cleanup on 600 South Adams, that was May, we gave them 6 months. So I suppose we should. Do you remember I mean, I know Dan and I went and looked at it to see if it was livable, but then we gave them the boarded up windows, the siding, the roof had to be done, right, and gave them 6 months. So, is that a citation then?
Which one is this?
600 South Adams.
I would need to see the letter.
I don't know that a letter, Dan and I went and looked and we discussed it at a city council meeting. And I think it was discussed in city council meeting that.
But it wasn't given to him in writing. The notice hasn't been given and we need to send him a letter. And because it is structural, we have to give them 45 days per the code. We have to give them 45 days to,
I don't think it was,
if it wasn't done in writing, we can't issue a citation.
I mean, it's not condemnable, it's a matter of just
Right.
cleaning the property up and the aesthetics of it with.
Right, but we still have to send them a letter, which I believe it says if it's non-structural, it's 15 days. They have 10 days to request a hearing in either scenario, but they have 15 days to clean up non-structural things, and I think it's 45 days to clean up structural. If you'll give me just a moment here.
Mm-hmm. It's a Chris Adamson house years ago.
It,
I figured I could get you.
it is 8-2, A is in Alpha 09, and the notice shall be given, the notice to be given is 45 days from the date of mailing of the notice or receipt by personal service to alleviate the exterior conditions, parentheses, structure violation. And it's 15 days for exterior conditions, parentheses, yard violations. So,
45 days then.
so we'll need to either send it or have it served. I'm just gonna keep this here.
Yeah. You seem to be
Is that local one?
Bird City. So,
Are we doing structural?
yes,
Well, if it's roof, it's gotta
roof
be.
and siding and windows would be structural, not
Sorry.
yard cleanup.
Roof, siding.
Windows, right, Dan, there was a window that was,
Looks like there's a window that's not in good shape.
I just wanna make sure we
But
pass
this
it on for that.
On
Probably
the-
old, it's Google Maps,
yeah,
Street View.
well, there's one on the south, that faces the south,
On
that
the
was
other side, it's, yeah,
knocked out.
One in the corner?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, 'cause
It's
it's
been
right next
on
to
our-
that one. That's a pretty decent house.
Okay, we'll get. Anything else?
I got a complaint on,
We did have, is that on 616?
huh?
Is that on 616?
That's on First Street.
We did have it. Maybe issue with 66, didn't you get a complaint on 616? South
Six-
Denison with the stuff in the backyard
I did.
Yeah,
So I don't
thank
think
you.
I-
that we had given a diversion on.
We haven't. So it's not in compliance?
Well, it's not,
Is it not in compliance, or was it not, has it not been in compliance? They're not gonna be notified until until court.
well, this is
Is
the
this-
backyard. And the day that I drove by, there was a vehicle parked there, and I could not get through the alley. So, according to the front, they had the
Yes.
fence up and the gate and everything was fine, but the backyards,
I have a photo I can show you guys, but it's
Yeah.
on my phone.
you might have sent it to me. Where's this one at?
It's Potter's Shop on First
Oh.
Street. I got a complaint on it. In fact, those are the complaints.
I think for the letter specifically said front yard, didn't it? I don't have that, I don't have my case file.
Well,
Oh, I might,
I think the concern is fire hazard, and they
Oh, God.
did have a
Yeah, that's
fire up
hazard.
there. Would be the, so I don't know if it's a,
hold on, we have a code for that. We have a whole article in the code for that.
16 South Denison. And I wanna make it clear, I did not take that photo, but it came from the city vehicle. Cause we're also having trouble with trash pickup there.
This one drives in the back.
did you
Have
wanna
we
show
been,
more?
have we been fighting for a while?
Yeah, it's
Right.
been ongoing, it's grass from Scott, it's never to go away.
Yeah, the picture was actually taken with the trash can. The garbage was fine.
Okay, if you wanna carry on and then circle back to me,
Okay,
because it's not where I had initially thought, I know it's in here, it's not where I immediately thought it was, so I'm gonna do some looking.
okay. Is that all on,
I just have that one and then the
um,
one on River Street. 511 South River. I don't know if we dropped the ball on that or what.
which one is that? Oh, that one, we were waiting for service, and it didn't, is that right? We sent it certified, they never signed it, so we sent it with the tracking to see if it was ever picked up.
And it was delivered. But, you know, we're all still trying to get this process down, so it was delivered
So
via
that,
priority mail, so.
so that time has lapsed, we could set that for,
Yeah, because I think, I'm not for sure when we got it back. Actually, I think maybe we got it back mid-January. So February, we could have done something. So, but it did, the priority mail one got delivered.
what about the one on River, not River Benton? That you sent me pictures of the other day, last week.
I don't remember sending pictures of you.
On the pit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know the address actually.
What was that?
On Benton.
It's nice, right straight south of,
So,
South of where?
I think it might be
Where
like
Hobbs Place.
506 South,
506,
Benton?
508, maybe.
yeah.
The
one
old,
of those. Mm-hmm.
The old parsonage for the
Parsonage.
Assembly of God. Mhm.
That ain't where my help lives, so just
I don't know,
Do what? What'd you say?
is that where his help lives?
That is where your help lives?
informed me that he was, he hurt his back all for the winter. And so he just informed me he's gonna be able to get back to work, so he's supposed to be. And I didn't even know that, but that's what he just told me this week, he was trying to get back to work on it.
I think that's all we got.
Okay,
I'm sure there's a lot more, I just don't have to.
well, and, I mean, here it is already spring, and I don't know if we wanna, we've talked about doing quadrants in different areas, or if we wanna, as council members, go around and look at town and try to,
Get a game plan.
yeah, everybody pick out 6 or 8, and then we pick out the top worst 5, worst, I don't, how many we wanna tackle. Cause obviously it's easy to let one fall through the cracks when, are you ready?
7-205.
7-205. And we're,
Sorry, the backyard. It's under the fire code. It shall be unlawful for any person to allow to accumulate or keep in any part of any building or outside of and adjacent to any building in any alley, sidewalk, street, or premises within 30 feet of any building, any rubbish, trash, waste paper, excelsior, empty boxes, barrels, or other combustibles which shall constitute a fire hazard.
So what's our time frame on notification?
That's not one, it can just be cited. That's not under the property cleanup, that's under the fire code.
your thoughts as fire chief?
Not here. It's up to council, technically.
I mean, if it's a fire hazard,
They're to be notified, it doesn't say, it doesn't have like a time, it doesn't give them a time to, a deadline. They just have to be given written notice and a deadline.
do we wanna give them 15 days like typical property cleanup? Probably just to try to be consistent. Does that sound okay, you guys, to?
I'm good with that.
Okay, you guys good with that? How does that affect the diversion agreement that's pending then for the,
Well, it's not a diversion, it's just it's still, I mean, but it was the front, the issue was the front of the yard.
correct, but if they get in trouble and get another citation, wow,
It's not a diversion, it was just a stopping of the clock.
okay,
They're not being diverted, they're being found guilty, it's just how long was their penalty period. And so we gave them a date that it would be stopped by if they could get it cleaned up and in compliance by the deadline we gave them, otherwise they would continue to accrue. And at $25 a day, they decided that they wanted to
gotcha,
get in compliance. So it's not a diversion. The diversion was only for there was only one diversion,
okay,
and it was a special circumstance
okay,
because it had been completely rectified. But the other two were not diversions.
okay, perfect. So does everybody want to kinda come up with a list of properties by next meeting?
I have to say something that Dan's not gonna like.
Okay.
The order has to come from the fire chief, so you have to sign the letter. Okay.
I've been the fire chief for a month and a half.
The fire chief shall order the fire hazard from danger be forthwith abated. Forthwith.
With the red lantern.
Indeed.
What's your thoughts, property cleanup? You guys wanna have a
I,
draft
probably a good idea to go back around and kind of look things over.
Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll see what we wanna tackle. Projects pending. Have a note on here on the playground report.
Can I'm sorry, I was gonna tell you guys something in my report, but I see it's on projects pending, what you're talking about.
Okay,
I think you guys really need to consider, raising electric rates. The only reason I say that is one of the audit questions was, what we paid out for power that we were purchasing was up about $65,000 from the year before. But the kilowatts didn't vary much, so we get these questions all the time, they audit different things. So I did an analysis from 23, 24, and 25. So our average cost per kilowatt hour in 2023 of us purchasing, and this is not, you guys don't have any of this.
okay.
Oh.
I was just gonna bring it up, I didn't realize it was on the project spending. In 23, we paid an average of 5.4 cents per kilowatt hour. Then in 24, it was 5.3 cents per kilowatt hour. And then in 25, the average cost was 6 cents per kilowatt hour. But when you're talking around 11 million kilowatts, that adds up in a hurry. And so we're charging 12.25 cents. But if we're seeing these kind of increases where our cost is going up, it's just something you guys really should consider.
Can you reach out on the clerk link and kind of get a feel what other cities are?
We can probably actually look at their websites and
Okay.
see what their rates are.
Just so we have an idea of
Yeah.
what people around us are charging, so we kind of get an idea, yeah.
Yep, we can do that.
Okay.
I mean, from 24 to 25.
When was the
we
last
paid,
time we raised utility rates?
electric rates, I wanna say it was in 2012.
Let's
So,
say,
It's
been
been
a long time.
a long time.
and it didn't, I've never really analyzed it but that was one of the questions in the audit. We paid 65,000 more to purchase power, but both years were pretty comparable in usage and what we bought, so that's what led me down this rabbit hole. So yeah, we can look at, other cities' websites, they usually, I kinda have a list from when we used to do this before, kind of the cities that are comparable to us, so we can
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
Just a thought, just losing,
Yeah, then-
know.
Jamie, do you mind putting that on the,
I think we actually got that thing
but if we
from,
put it on the agenda for next meeting,
yeah.
yeah, that way we.
Well, I was just thinking,
Oh yeah, we got that thing.
yeah,
So we can also look at that too.
okay.
I know what you're talking about.
None of us do, but I'm glad you two know. Oh, yeah,
We
got
gotta-
that, yeah, that thing, yeah.
We got a
okay.
comparison,
Was it from KMU?
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah. Had to think about it for a minute.
sorry.
That thing.
that thing, yeah. That property, 600 South Adams, can come off the list. City Hall planters and flagpoles, Justin's not here, he got that spring of 2026, that was kind of his project, wasn't it? Okay. What did we have on the
Uh,
playground? Oh, go ahead.
Well, it's along with the playground deal. I've had a couple people ask me, you know how we talked about doing a large-scale park project with probably better access for grant funding in general? I've had a couple people ask me why we haven't pursued that anymore, especially with what the park committee's trying to do. We just haven't, we kind of dropped it and at the time, from what I remember.
To do
Well, to improve the roadside park, to improve its facilities and, trying to tie it into a larger scale project with possibly redesigning the park down here and,
I think we had talked about it tying in, cause the roadside park wouldn't really fit in with what,
with the playground project.
with the CDBG grant funding, when Lila was helping with that, because it was more for local people and the roadside park would be people traveling through. But they said if we tied them together, that we
Yeah.
could possibly get funding, And we had talked about it, cause we were gonna have Miller and Associates get us a bid to kind of revamp the bathhouses in all of the parks. But then they kind of went away from doing anything with the
Yeah.
bathhouse and kind of was thinking smaller scale, so I told Dan to hold off on, but we can get a quote from Miller and Associates just to get a cost of whether it would cost to engineer the bathrooms, to update them.
And maybe doing one of those planning grants that she was talking about, was it Shannon?
Shannon, Brady?
Yeah. I really think we need to go ahead, move ahead with the planning grant for, cause that's gonna cover a lot, or help us with a lot of other things.
That includes the streets and,
Yeah,
That
it was
everything
safe
was the one that
streets
she
and
was
things, but
talking
that's gonna
about.
give us a lot more information and help on
It would
parks.
encompass everything.
it encompasses the streets and just about anything public, so that would be the bathrooms, that, she even said it included the bathrooms and all of that. And we need to get that planning, cause we only have until 26.
22nd or 26th.
I feel like on the streets we've already got,
We've got a good plan, but I think doing the planning grant,
You've gotta, you get that,
we put it all out there into that planning grant, and
Hmm.
they'll take into account when they come through to do their survey stuff, is my understanding.
yeah, that's what we did up at the airport, did the planning grant, got the planning grant. And then after that, it takes a life of its own, it kinda comes in and takes a lot of it off of us, and all we had to do is just kind of approve what we wanted. And that, I think we need to get that planning grant started, because we've only got 10 days to get, if we're gonna go for it or not. And that's gonna not cost us anything, that's 100% grant, that's not even a cost share grant, that's 100% grant.
It is 100%?
Yes,
Yeah.
the
That was
the
part of
planning
what sold
grant,
me on thinking we really need
now
to
the
do it.
grant to do the rest of it, I think was 80-20, did she
I
say?
think she was
Yeah,
talking about 80/20.
But the planning grant is 100%, they pay
So,
100% of that.
if you get the planning grant and then don't go forward, you don't have,
You can always walk away from
Yeah,
it if you don't
always
like it.
walk away, you don't have to follow all her recommendations, so,
Is that was that tied into that Safe Street deal?
yes.
It was?
which I know Justin called when he said he was gonna be here, and he said he looked more into that, he didn't feel like it was a fit for what our needs were. He wasn't really
But
in
I
there
don't know
going
if we
forward.
have another meeting before this deadline,
Mm-mm.
so, really,
Where it doesn't cost anything,
we need somebody to get a hold of her and get the planning grant
go.
at least applied for.
Are you sure she said that it was no cost? Cause I think she said that we could apply for a no match through another agency.
That's the way I
She
took it.
would apply for it. though.
No, she won't apply for it, I'll apply for it.
Hmm.
And,
And she said she'd help you
and
with
if
it.
we don't get the no match, there still is a match.
Yeah.
I don't think that she said that it was free.
That's what I understood too.
I'm not trying to butt in, but
No,
I
you-
don't think that
that's
it was
the way I
free.
took
I understood it, it was on the planning grant. but
In
not
your
on the-
packet, in the drive, I gave you guys, there's all kinds of links that you can look deeper into it, but I don't believe she said it was free.
Okay. And I could be wrong, but I sure
Yeah,
took it as that.
I thought on the planning grant too, but yeah, I definitely could be wrong.
Yeah, I understood that. Either way, I still think we need a planning grant so we can get,
And then again, that planning grant is 12 to 18 months of planning before you're actually doing
right,
anything.
right.
But I think that's a good thing. It gets things going without costing a whole lot of money. And it gets people happy, they see progress.
Progress as far as the park or the, like, what are we talking, like, the planning, cause I guess I'm, like, we're talking parks, but the planning was,
Planning grant was kind of in this, Safe Streets kind of got tied into that.
Yeah. But it would also, show that the town needs those bathrooms fixed, so that's what it would show.
But it's the U.S. Department of Transportation discretionary grant opportunity, which provides funding to support planning and implementation efforts aimed at preventing roadway deaths and serious injuries.
So
I don't believe that, I think that she talked about a lot of things,
Yeah,
but I don't think that,
it would, because fencing around the playground there behind. at the
Yeah, she
courthouse.
talked about stop signs, she talked
So,
about
yeah,
fencing,
and-
but she didn't say that that had to do with bathrooms.
Well, somehow it got tied in with this park deal. She went through a lot.
Way too fast.
Did she reference, kids crossing the street there on Benton, cause Benton Street's busy? I think
Yeah.
that's where the whole park
And
thing
stop
came in.
signs
Yeah.
and-
Stop signs on Benton Street, maybe a stoplight. So I think it was more
She
safety going to
interconnected.
the park, but I'm not sure that that was for the park project, it was for streets,
For
whether
streets.
we needed one-way streets, stoplights.
Because I also included her, report basically to the park committee on funding sources for playgrounds and parks. But I think that the Safe Streets got just kind of jumbled in with the rest of what she was
Yeah, and
talking
she
about.
talked about with that safe streets thing, they would look around the schools and
Right,
all of that.
right.
Which we really do probably need after all airplanes can hit pedestrians on their own way.
Well, I'll be honest, I read through a bunch of that material, but I'm still somewhat lost.
She went through so much,
She
so
did.
quick.
She did.
But I still saw that planning, whichever way it's for, the way she said it and everything was something good for us to do. And, probably just need to back up and either talk to her again or something.
We could get
Because
her on the phone.
I do know I read that I believe it was the 26th, that is the deadline.
That sounds right.
But that was for safe streets,
Right.
planning for
Safe streets.
Safe streets planning. And that wouldn't hurt us, like I said, regardless.
Unless you want to move forward and you're 18 months out. Which, I mean, you guys have seen our plans, right, of what Miller and Associates have done? Like, they went through and assessed what's
Assessed a lot of it, yeah.
good, what's fair, what's rough.
But there's more than just what needs replaced and stuff too. There's safety issues like the schools and stop sign, maybe making one-way streets, at least during school time. Things like that, you know. I understand, I haven't been down through it when the kids are going to school or getting off of school, but I've heard that it's kind of dangerous with people just stopping wherever in the middle of the street and kids jumping out, running across. Yeah, that's not safe. So, I mean, all of it needs looked at.
Yeah.
And then we've got the big trucks that like to run down Benton, and you barely got room for 2 cars to get down Benton with people parking along it. Maybe we need to look at some of those things.
I think it'll just take getting back a hold of her and getting something back. Like I said, I don't know how we'll do it in the deadline.
Well, again, you can also follow the links on the shared. Put all that in there for you. If you follow the links, you can read all about that Safe Streets for All.
Thoughts, David?
Hmm?
Do you have thoughts?
I wasn't here for that meeting, so I'm kind of learning, just listening to you guys.
Yeah, you and me both.
If it is a way, the cast thing, I mean, it seems like it's all reward, no risk, I mean, we can always back out. At the very least, I think we ought to at least check into, find out what it is we're actually looking at.
From what I recall her saying was that it could be, Jamie, you help me out here. It could be a cost match. It's not all paid for.
Right. We can apply for a cost match,
And
which
somebody
we may
had-
or may not get.
Right.
But if we don't get it, we don't have to do anything.
But if we do get it, we have to come up with the funds.
If we do get the grant,
she was gonna apply for, or she was going to assist us with applying for, she believed, $150,000 is what we could ask for. There's no guarantee, obviously, that we would get that much, but then, she said we could apply through another agency for a cost match to try and cover our match, cause my understanding is there would be a match. And I don't know exactly how much.
Maybe that's where I'm getting my no cost. is
Yeah,
because by
it's
doing that-
definitely gonna be some kind of cost. I'm not sure, and that could be covered by a match, or it could be, you know, something else, but it's not gonna cover 100% of,
She was pretty confident it would not cost much for the city. That's the only part I do know.
For the planning.
Well,
One other thing that I wanna mention though, and I'm not opposed to looking at any of this stuff, but, and maybe I mistook this as the wrong way, but it seemed like it was a total about face from the first time that she was here to this last meeting.
I kinda got that feeling.
And I'm going back to the access road issue.
Mhm.
The first time it was, we don't own it, so we're not gonna be able to apply for this stuff. And to me, it kinda sounded like that flipped this last meeting.
Yeah, it definitely sounded
thought-
that way,
I
yeah.
thought it flipped from what she told us earlier.
So I'm not sure, I think it's all prudent that we all look at these links and everything, but I'm not sure we got the full picture yet. I mean, yes, there's grant money out there, no doubt.
Yep.
It's a question of what can the city afford to pay to get to the point to where we can access those grant funds? And what kind of projects are we gonna look at?
That kinda gets back into what's coming up next.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I guess we could reach out to Shannon and verify what that was. And then,
Yeah, just
She said she was willing to come back and talk to us at any time, just
yeah,
call her.
why don't we reach back out and verify if, exactly the details of that planning grant? And if that, what the match was, and,
yeah, I think it was Safe Streets,
yeah,
wasn't it?
yes.
Safe Streets?
Mhm.
yeah. So we'll do that, so does that lead us into the next attack phase?
It kinda goes
Leads us
right into
in.
that next
Yeah,
topic
so-
because it's included.
Yeah, so, you guys have all seen the email in there from Michael Baxter. He called last Monday, he'd gotten an email from Harrison.
Is this something that needs to be done in executive session?
That's a good question.
Well, I think it's on.
I don't
Yep.
think, I mean,
From 5/8?
yep.
Okay.
So you have to.
Yeah, this is gonna need to be in an executive session, I would think.
Cause it's still attorney-based?
I mean, this is ongoing legal matters. I mean, this is the negotiation of a potential settlement agreement. I don't know that that should be an open meeting. I don't think that I think that once there is a draft, but when the terms were going back and forth, that was never done in open meeting. It was always
Okay, well, we can save that. for the end
executive
then.
session.
Okay. Moving onward.
Sorry.
So,
No, I think you're right.
visitors, Sherry, you have anything for us? No? Theater report, David.
They are looking into the advertising. They're stuck on getting the, what's the word I'm looking for? The program to run on the movie theater board. They're stuck on which kind of programming to go with, which is one thing, which I don't know why that's still the case, because it's been like 3 months they've been looking into this, but,
Bless you. Thank you.
so it shouldn't take that long. You're not doing JPEG, I mean, it shouldn't take that long, but anyway, they're stuck on that, so they're still figuring that out. I think Robert and Ty are basically dealing with, Steve down at Three Mountains on that. As far as the sign goes, I didn't even have to bring it up. It was brought up, I think, by Alicia.
Key.
Yes. And so, and then 3 or 4 people chimed in, because everyone's frustrated with it. And the more she talked, Jessica, the more confusing it got. And so when you offer the simple solutions, as you and I discussed at length, for some reason that makes the program glitch, and there's more black screen time. I don't understand it. I just know that it just needs to be simpler, and their own board is kind of complaining about it, so I didn't have to bring it up. So I don't know if there's someone else besides Jessica who needs to run that part of it. Maybe get a high school kid coming in and I don't know. But it's frustrating, because this is now my fifth meeting, and we're still talking about the same issues. And so, although they are excited about the advertising, which that's a win in my book, because I think, and Jen, help me if I'm wrong, I did look at the paperwork you handed out tonight on the theater board, but are we 21,000 already in the hole for 2026?
No. The 21,000 is the cumulative donations they've gotten from working at the thrift store. However, they are $9,500 in the hole.
9,500, okay. That's just asinine to me, and so, so I would be working on this a little quicker, so. And then we didn't even discuss, and it wasn't brought up, about the phases of the renovation at this last meeting. That wasn't brought up at all, so I have no idea what the thoughts are on that.
Anything else? If none, is there a motion to accept and file the theater report?
So moved.
Moved by Larry,
Second.
second by Randy, all in favor. Pool report, Larry.
We've got all the lifeguards approved, we've got wages set, opening day is the day after Memorial Day. Training sessions are set up, I can't give you exact dates yet. Barbara Doors doing all the training, she's already been, or will be paid, right?
It's in the,
Yeah, it's in here, I thought I signed it.
you may wanna bring it up, cause it's significantly higher in the past because we're training so many more guards.
We are training.
I think it might be the second check.
Yeah, it was,
I think it's 3,200.
yeah.
So would that be, there it is. Training this year is gonna be 3,200, and that's because we've got a lot of new kids, we've got some that are having to recert. Hopefully, this is one of the things we talked about in the pool board meeting, hopefully that several of these kids that are coming in this year will come back for a couple of years, a year or two. That's what we're really hoping. Do you have anything else, Dan? Are you in pretty good shape? I haven't been by there, so.
It's full of water. We fought with the boiler today, we can't get it to fire yet, but we're gonna get some shades put up.
Okay.
I know the steps we ordered for the diving board were wrong.
Really?
They wouldn't take them back till they were special order, so we did find a place to put 4 steps on the ladders that were cracked, so. And now we're waiting for one for the board. I guess we'll another 400 back probably.
I don't really have,
What's the hours the pool's open?
you're gonna put me on the spot.
Of course I am.
I probably left that at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna look on the Facebook page. Are you changing them this year?
No, ours are pretty much the same.
They're not gonna be open Mondays.
Monday's still a point of contention. Pool board's kinda split on the issue. Half of the people on the pool board have not say that they haven't gotten any response from community citizens about it, and half of us have. Part of Bruce and my contention is that this is taxpayer funded and that we should be open on Mondays, but we're getting a lot of pushback against that. And we're only talking Monday afternoons, basically.
4 hours.
4 hours. There's plenty of kids, we've kinda gone back and forth with this, and we're at a stalemate. So if the council has any
I get
input
complaints,
on this,
I get complaints about it being closed on Mondays. I hear it. I don't know. You guys hear it, but
I mean, the pool's basically gonna be used from 5 or 5:30 in the morning till at least 6:30, 6 or 6:30 at night on any given day, except for Monday afternoons, which has been talk about doing some training, which I think training can be done a lot of different times.
did they do training on Mondays last year?
Some.
Personally, I think that where it was taxpayer funded, and still is, it should be used as much as can be. So
Well,
that
and
means
we've
being
lost-
open on Monday.
Yeah, we've lost some evenings. She's got several private parties booked already. But that doesn't fall back into the entire community. And, I mean, it's great, cause I mean, it brings in good money.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the pool used to be open from 1 to 6 and 7 to 9, back
Or 1 to 5, 7 to 9.
1 to 5, 7 to 9.
2 to 9 on Sundays. Yeah, 2 to 9 on Sundays. It was open all day on Sundays, and might have been Saturday evening was the only
Adult,
evening it was closed for parties.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Back when I was
back in-
growing up, I
yeah,
think
that
Saturday
sounds right,
evening
back
was
in
the
the
only
day.
time that,
She's looking at Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays for private parties. She's even had a couple requests for maybe Saturday mornings. You're gonna have basically 4 weeks of swim lessons. You're gonna have swim team accessing it. You're gonna have aquasage. You're gonna have laps in the morning and then some in the evenings. My only problem with the whole situation is if we've got the kids
It's
and
used.
it's taxpayer funded, I agree, we should be open as much as we possibly can. And sometimes it's a little difficult, I'll tell her, or she'll agree with me. Sometimes it's difficult to get the schedules to come out, especially when you got camps and everything, but we've got an overabundance of kids this year.
yeah, you do. You have a,
And where we do, I mean, there's been a lot of years you couldn't get lifeguards up there.
I remember a
3
year or
years
two,
ago?
well, I remember a year or two, we were lucky to get 8 or 9.
Yeah, I mean, we struggled getting kids in now.
And I do think some of these kids will come back, and I do think we've got a pretty good group of kids.
Well, and that gives, if it's open on Monday, that gives that many more, those kids that much.
It's one more option.
Experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent you the hours, you can read them if you want. That was last year's schedule.
You sent me the hours?
On your phone, yeah.
He probably doesn't have his phone on him now.
I got it, I just don't know if I know how to use it.
It's a
What
text
is
message.
the reason for not doing Mondays? What is the,
They haven't had any requests to have it open on Monday.
See,
That's half. The other half's had several requests, why aren't we open on Monday?
I know I've got
I've heard it quite
several
often.
people tell me we ought to be open on
Yeah.
Monday.
do what I did, I'd open it up, if it is dead, close it up.
Well, I think if you
nobody
post your
shows up.
hours, you gotta stick with them, cause you hate somebody driving from out of town, and then get here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon that's closed, cause there's nobody there.
Well, I mean, you know, like I set so many times, and if it hasn't picked up or if it don't catch on, then
Yeah.
We'll
post it.
try it this year, and if it doesn't,
If it
then
doesn't work,
next
then
year,
do it,
yeah.
Yeah.
do
then
away
we-
with it
we-
next
we-
year.
we
Yeah, there
discuss
you
it
go.
next year.
Open swim is 1 to 5, as of right now, there's, not much scheduled in the evenings unless she has private parties, or they are gonna do like some teen swims and that kinda stuff. But that also means that the pool's not open in the evenings most of the time, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So open swim's 1 to 5, Sunday is 2 to 8. Lap swim is Monday to Friday, 5:30 AM to 7 AM. Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 5:30 to 6:30 PM. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 6:30 to 7:30 PM. Aqua size is Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 5:30 to 6:15 PM. And she's been having a really good turnout for lap swim and for aqua size. And I do think it's a big help that, for Kelly, that we've got Tally in the office. I think that helps absorb some of the afternoon hours for sure, as far as taking care of any issues. I think she's done a heck of a job. Kelly's done a heck of a job too. She's just trying to coordinate with 17, 18 kids can be a nightmare sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Well, what's everyone's thoughts?
I think you got the kids this year.
Okay.
And I wouldn't do it on a week by week, I'd just do it for the year, because you got a lot of people who, they're used to it not being open, but it'll take a while for them to get used to it being open on Monday.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay,
Next year.
I will go back, get ahold of the pool board and tell them what the council, where the council stands on it.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else right off. I mean, we're hoping we can run at least a couple weeks into August and hopefully carry some weekend hours through the end of the month. I'm not sure if school starts early this year. I haven't heard yet how that's gonna lay out
With the 4 days,
with the 4-day.
it might start a little earlier.
Anybody have questions? I mean, that's general.
Not, is there a motion to accept and file the pool report?
So,
Moved by David, second by Randy, all in favor. Superintendent report.
Okay, so, well, I told you Brock had that on the Spencer Street, in the middle of Spencer, I think you were gone
That
that
was
day.
on, yeah.
So because it kept breaking out along the sides, they had to add extra, so it was 188 square foot of concrete, $2,632 more,
No.
and then it'd be out special highway.
Is there a motion to, out of cycle, or
It's in here, isn't
It's in there.
it's in there?
I'll move to approve.
Moved by
So
Larry,
moved.
second by
Second.
David, all in favor. Okay.
More or less, it sounds like a forgiveness thing.
Speaking of,
I went on faith.
Brock, is he still planning on doing the one up by the school?
Or, he was waiting for school to get out.
Oh, Well, that makes perfect
So,
sense.
yeah.
The other
Makes
question
sense.
I have, you said the size kept picking up on that. We talked about this a couple months back, but is there a cost analysis that we could do on our, going forward, when we redo these streets? Doing cement from the curb out about 4 feet on both sides. I know it'd be more expensive, at front, would we save money long run without that breaking up all the time, and having to go in and fix it?
Oh, yes, I just was thinking that. We've talked about it, cause when Kale was on council, he brought that up,
Well,
and Justin's brought it up,
Yeah.
and we've talked about it
So
on some of those, cause it seems to be the,
it's
It
a constant problem with asphalt, when you got that runoff. Before you know it, one truck comes into a big old hole and, I don't know, I don't know if it would just save us a lot of headache going forward, we'd have to bite the bullet up front, but save y'all a lot of work going
Yeah,
it.
in the long run.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I did talk to Brock, I haven't got pricing on anything like that.
it's been a while since we've got concrete pricing.
But you'd have to do that, you'd have to do a street at a time
right.
anyway, do the
Right.
concrete and the asphalt.
Start with the
I
worst
mean, you can
streets.
do the concrete strip,
Just
and
do
then
the
you wanna do the
concrete.
asphalt later.
Do the asphalt later?
Cause if you're doing the sides, that's where it's the worst, that you can buy some.
Buy you some time on the middle.
Didn't they do that over in Goodman?
They
Or did,
didn't
they
do
just, they,
concrete, but they didn't, like, they laid new street right down the center,
At Caldwell,
and left the
Yeah.
sides alone, they just chipped, or,
they just sealed it.
yeah, crack sealed the sides. So it looks like old street on the side.
Really?
and brand new
On
street
Caldwell?
the middle.
On
Yeah.
Caldwell, all the way
Yeah.
down Caldwell.
Mhm.
It makes it look a little weird.
it's just a little weird.
It does,
But
but
save
I
some
just-
expense, like maybe we just do the outsides and leave the inside.
Well, I thought at first maybe they couldn't get people to move their darn cars off of it.
Yeah,
But it was intentional.
uh-huh, yeah.
Yep, it's noticeable for sure. Okay.
I think that's something we need to look into at least.
Yeah, we can get some pricing.
On concrete on the
Yeah.
sides,
I mean, if you get so much, we can figure.
and I've been trying to get him to give me a price up there on
Spencer? Okay, I just made a note, cause Jim,
Right out of the,
as soon as he said, I was thinking it too.
yeah, right out of the school for so far, doing concrete there, but I also tried to get him to price the whole street just to see where we come out.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
cause where are we at with, we just need to, if we're gonna use the rest of those,
The bond funds.
the bond funds, remember we had talked about
We've
one
already,
big project.
I thought we'd already set that aside for that street.
Yeah, I think, what do you guys need though to move forward?
I can talk to him. I mean, if we know I can push him a little harder if I can tell him we have the money.
And then you can just
Definitely
recap
still
what they
in
need
that.
from us.
They just need they specifically said they either need a request or a resolution. It can be in writing, I suppose, is how they're wanting it, if it's just a request, or they want a resolution, but they said you don't have to have a resolution.
If we made a motion, that we'd have minutes.
Probably.
And also, I think we're getting to the point, that was one of the other questions, the auditors had several questions for us, but that was one of the other questions on our list of questions is if you guys had any plans for that, so I think, this is my take on them asking, because we've had that money now, you know, the projects have been done, we've had it for a little while, so they're just
Mhm.
kind of wondering what we're doing with it, cause it's sitting there, so.
I'll call back tomorrow.
Okay. So do we want to make a motion to
You said-
utilize the remaining, street project funds?
I
How
would
do we
call
do it?
them bond funds?
Bond funds, yes,
Bond
thank you.
funds.
I thought we did that.
But she
No.
called Gilmore and Bell to see exactly
Right,
what we needed to do.
yeah.
And so I think if we just make a motion that we're gonna use the remaining bond funds for the 500 block of East Spencer. Can you make that motion?
So moved.
Moved by Randy, second by David, all in favor, okay? And we'll get that ball rolling and Dan
Yeah,
can get some
I'll-
pricing on it and
Yeah, I didn't know how bad that street was till that first time we talked about it.
Uh-huh,
That's awful.
yeah.
Okay, we had to, Kaylee come up on the end of her vacation time, didn't get 11 hours used, so I guess I'm just asking if it's okay that we carried it over.
Yep.
Yes.
We talked about the first power outage. We had wires tangled together, and what I think happened was, they've been tangled for a while, and it's like a, yeah, I don't know what to call it, ground wire that goes off down off the pole. It tangled in with the other wires. It's been fine now that it got wet. The pole got wet, I think it ground it out. So if you look up by Wade Kern's house, there's two big orange things tied on the pole, on the ground wire to keep it from getting. So, that was the first outage. Second outage was the substation arrestor blew up, took us out of power, shut off the whole town.
I couldn't hear you.
The substation had a arrestor blow up. So I don't know if we had lightning. I didn't hear it if we did, but some people said that they thought they heard thunder. If we took a shot of lightning and it blew up, that's exactly what it's meant to do. I mean, it's made to blow up, so it saves your equipment.
Yeah.
Problem is the wire laid down against the metal on the substation, caused a short, and then it opened our circuit switcher, which made the town go black, so. That's. And then the switchgear, we had problems with the switchgear, so I had to do a lot of manual stuff that is not fun, but it got done. So I'll probably be looking at somebody to come in and work on switchgear and stuff.
Who would that be?
Well, I'll call Ward again and see if they
See if they'll
can look
do it.
at it, but if not, I'll probably Solomon or somebody like that. They wouldn't close it, so basically I could close in the circuit switcher, but then ours wouldn't remotely close in from the power plant, so. So I had to go out, basically I had to open the circuit switcher, go out and close ours in, and then I had to hand crank the circuit switcher in, which is not a fun job, because one of the jobs once you start cranking, you don't stop. Stuff will melt down if they don't close in all the way. So that's why I need to get somebody out here to look at it soon, or then later.
Maybe you get lucky with Ward.
Yeah, and it might just be something simple as batteries not hooked up or something, I don't know what to deal with. Cause as long as we had an engine running in the power plant, it would let me close it in. So, and I've ran into this before, that's why I tried it that way. Now we might as well just go to the engine. It was idling while we were working on the arrestor, and it shut down. Don't know why. Went to roll it over, and when I rolled it over, it popped the door off the side, and I just said I was done. So there's a quote in here somewhere for Derby Mechanical to come in and do inspections on both the 9-cylinder and the 10-cylinder. The 9-cylinder is the one that has a bad water pump, and they shut the water off years ago, so it leaks water when you do turn it on. The 10-cylinder is the one that quit the other night, which there's a good chance, talking to Chris on the phone, he thought there's a good chance we have a hole in the piston. So, but the quote for that's $19,552.50, just for them to come in and inspect it. 6 days worth of work.
It sounds like a pretty comprehensive.
Yeah, they're doing everything, it looks
Yeah.
like. I mean, they're gonna tell you when it's done, if it's either it's not worth fixing at all, or this is what it's gonna cost you to fix it. You know, and it could be anywhere from $100,000 to $1 million to fix it. So,
Another one of them fact finding.
one of the other questions comes down to, if you guys wanna spend this money, I'd say spend it, but then you gotta decide how bad you wanna fix it. So, do you think a power plant's worth having?
I
Do you
think,
not think a power plant's worth having, you know?
yeah.
That's what it's gonna end up coming down to.
We gotta figure out if we want it, how much we're willing to, what we need to do that.
The way we set right now, though, I can tell you, if we lost power right now at this time, I cannot start the power plant.
None of them, or
Not that-
We have our 12-cylinder left, and it's gotta be pre-oiled before it'll start. So without no power whatsoever, I can't start anything. So, cause what we used to do when we'd have power outage, we'd go start the 10 or the 8 when we had the 8. And that would give us the power to run the oilers on the 12, and then we could move over and get the 12 started.
yeah, and
So the 12's pretty much useless if the power goes out. About all it's good for right now is if we know ahead of time that
Start it.
we need to start
If you
it.
see a thunderstorm coming, start it.
And then the other question, I briefly talked to Amanda about it, was do you guys, I mean, if you do it, do you wanna look at putting catalysts on it and actually looking into capacity credits? Or do you wanna, right now, we can only run in emergencies. Which means we don't, cause that was the first thing the mechanic asked me, well, what's your capacity credits? I said, we don't have any. He said, I bet you do. I said, we don't have catalytic converters on. Oh, well, then maybe you don't. So, I mean, it could be very expensive to keep the power plant up and go. It could be very expensive just to get switchgear working right, so.
Yeah.
But until we have them come out and look, I don't know, we know
Right.
where we're at.
I think we need to do that regardless.
I just wanna make a note on that, if you'll read it, it says the total contract for the inspection is the amount excluding applicable taxes, et cetera, and you will have to pay sales tax, it's significant on that amount of money.
Yeah.
So I just wanna we'll have to include that in the motion. If you guys choose to do that to, the $19,552 plus applicable taxes.
until we know if they're
Yeah.
good enough to work on, we need to know.
We kinda need to know what,
And just sitting there looking at them ain't gonna get us anywhere, so
what
again,
we have that's workable, what's not, what's feasible.
Need to do this to know one way or the other,
Yeah.
so.
I think we need to spend it to figure out.
either
how to move
way,
forward.
I think it's gotta be done, so we know what we got, and whether we're gonna keep it or not keep it.
So is there a motion to pay that plus the taxes to approve that out of cycle?
It's not all paid up front though, is it?
No,
No.
but part of it is. like-
Part of it.
10%.
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Bud,
I'll second it.
second by Randy, all in favor? Okay. Oh, there's the
Do what?
I said I couldn't find it. I was looking on this page going, where is that?
So Dan, quick question. They're gonna look at the 9 and the 10?
Correct. The 9's turbo. Yes, 9
What
cylinder
kinda-
turbo and 10 cylinder natural aspirated.
And what about the 12 as far as it's operational if you have power to get it going?
It has been, yeah. This is the same company that come out and worked on the air starter on the 12.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess if they decide to fix that, we can figure out if we need to do more. But it had been running for the most part.
Okay.
So I guess while we're on the electric department, I'll pass these around. These are what I got from Altex for bucket trucks again. That's what they had in stock a few weeks ago now. I don't know if they still do or not.
One too many.
Throw one on.
On Dustin.
Did you make the plant smaller?
I don't know, I'll call them and see, that's what they think.
Did I read this?
But- And like I said, they're not cheap, I mean,
You would purchase it directly from them,
yeah.
and would there be any kind of a warranty on them, or?
I don't know, I don't remember, it says on my email, I'll look it up and tell you, but I know it will go through their shop, make sure it's good if we do it. The other thing is, I don't know how soon you guys will pull the trigger on it, but you might, I still think there's also it's a lot more money, but you go new, you're gonna have, you can run that truck for 10 years before you, and you still have half-life when you trade it in, at 10 years down the road. But that's gonna be a lot more money, I'm sure. I can find that out if I need to.
I would be curious as to know what a new one would run.
Okay, I can find out by next meeting.
But yeah, new isn't gonna be anywhere close to this.
No, no, in fact, the hundred plus thousand was, I asked him, cause when Justin seen the last one, he was asking for like a 3 or 4 year old truck, and I asked him, and they said, you're just not gonna find it, not unless you get something off lease,
Yeah.
is the only way you're gonna find a 3 or 4 year old truck.
No matter how far away they are. I mean,
They would go get it.
they would go get it.
Yeah, they do get it, run it through their shop and then deliver it. I'm pretty sure it said that in the email. I was gonna
Okay.
try to find the email, but I looked through that. So I'll try to get the price for next meeting. Now we'll switch from the bad power company and go to water. We're having a water hearing, I think there's something in here about it. And basically, there's nothing to do at this time, just putting it on the radar. But they're probably gonna start restricting water if stuff stays like it is.
Which they still have an active NEMA, don't they, for us?
What's that?
They still have an active NEMA
Probably.
for us down, I think it's more along the southern part of the county.
That's
I
what
think they're
restriction-
looking right now, they'll probably start looking at agriculture first. They'll start limiting them and then they'll come after.
Like I said, I think there's still an active NEMA, but it's mostly the southern part.
I called Ryan about this thing, and he said just to put it on your radar, cause it could be, it could restrict you. So I'm just putting it on the radar. And there's something on Verizon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you guys know about that, and what you, anything on that? I was kinda hoping you guys understood it better than I did.
Lease interest? Verizon.
Does anything need to be done on that, or just you need to know about it?
I don't know what, I mean,
If you would like.
Has anyone reached out? We know it is highly likely that you are being contacted by third-party companies looking to provide lump sum payments. Have we been contacted by third-party
Not that I know of.
companies?
Yeah.
Or anything.
Well, that's what I'm like, I don't know about selling our,
No.
I don't think they're interested, but,
I think we take it under advisement.
yeah,
And if a third-party company approaches us,
they will look into
And
it,
we'll look into it.
yes.
Okay, and then the other cell phone company, AT&T, has a project they're ready to do. You guys got that?
I don't think it's
I don't remember seeing something.
It's,
I didn't see it.
Oh, yeah.
it doesn't,
Antenna
yeah.
thing.
what's it labeled
I
as?
was wondering
They
what
really
that-
just wanna know if you'll give permission for them to, they're not asking for a
Basically,
permit yet.
It sounds like they're wanting to take current antenna stuff off of the cell sites, which I think is up at the water tower, and replace it with just newer equipment.
I didn't get one, Jamie.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Unless it's,
And that's
It's
what it
not
looks to
super
me like.
cause I went through, this is all the stuff I went through, but. How'd you make it?
And it looks like it's probably just one.
swap it.
So, could we have the
getting
list of
that.
supplies to get a magnifying glass for me?
I
can get that.
I can't.
After we leave here. Yeah.
Is it on the share drive?
No, I don't think it is.
AT&T don't want the generator.
It's not super helpful.
I think it's AT&T has a generator, but I won't swear to that. I think they're the ones I've seen working on it.
Cause I know if we ever put in a water tower and stuff, they're gonna have to.
They're basically,
They're gonna have to move
I had
all this
emails
stuff.
and I should have put that in the shared, I
Yes.
forgot.
I mean, that's,
There's antennas up there now. It's gonna
They're
take
not
them a
asking for
while
a
to get
permit
things
yet or
figured
anything
out.
like that, they're just
I'm
asking
we're gonna have to paint
for-
one of these days.
permission to start planning for it, to start,
They're replacing
and then they'll
things.
come get permits.
What's it been? Since water tower's been 3 or 4 years?
Painted? It's been
Painted?
longer than that.
It's been longer than that.
We had the inside inspected 2 years ago.
Yeah, I was
You're
gonna
gonna
say,
say-
inspected, but we didn't.
I
Sorry
think,
about that.
seems like it's around 2010 or 2012.
I just know they're gonna have to come and remove the antennas. if they ever have
Cause
painted.
the roof got painted red and nobody liked that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, had to get repainted.
That was painted way back a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Lawson was still there.
Was it when he
Painted
was-
red, yeah,
Yeah, okay, I didn't know when it was.
Yeah,
so that was a long time ago. I don't know, we can make a move though, we got a contract, I need to look at the contract, I guess. So, and they got, like I said, they got generator stuff up there, look,
do we not require them to fence off that equipment on the ground? That
no,
question
I've
was
never
posed to
seen
me
it.
that
I need to look
the
at the contract, I guess.
that we wouldn't require them to fence that off just to keep people out of it. Somebody asked me that and I said, well,
I mean,
Don't.
if they move their stuff, I'd be all for it. But I know it is a perfectly good tower setting, they can put their stuff on, with your guys' permission. The tower sitting behind here that's not doing anything,
But it's not as high as the water tower.
that's right.
it's almost the same, I bet if you, it's
Elevation
75
wise?
foot.
That is right, that's,
I
yeah, I've
mean,
been up there.
So it's a little taller, cause you're up on a hill, but,
Probably not a lot of difference.
yeah. Anyway,
Interesting.
just checking, just
Interesting.
letting you guys know.
Yeah.
So I guess we gotta tell them whether they can go through with their upgrade or not. What do you guys say?
I don't know why not.
Yeah, I don't,
Okay. So right now I've got one person that's wanting me to set a pole, but I think it's on private property. Do you guys wanna set poles on private property?
Where's this?
It's for a person out on
South River.
Yeah, South River.
Oh, yeah.
And he's wanting to put it, I think he's wanting on private I need to find out for sure, but the problem I've had, I haven't had time to get a hold of him to find out. And the other problem I have with it is time is a factor, cause I don't have time right now to set a hole. So, I've kinda put him off, I mean, but I thought I'd check with you guys, cause
You can sell him the pole, and let him set
I
it.
know we talked about the same thing, like the senior center down there, they've got a pole. And we got to looking at the other day, it's rotted halfway through,
Did-
but it's clear behind their
Did
building.
they run that power
We ran it over, it,
From the-
To the trailer, yeah.
to the trailer?
Did you get that hooked up,
Yeah,
I saw
I've
him
never gotten
put
back
the
to look, so.
mast up?
Yeah,
I just need to, I just need to.
I
go
did like the
check the
fence, I
meter.
drove by enough to see that.
yeah.
They had the mast up almost next day, it seemed
Yeah.
like.
That was the way to do that.
Yeah.
So, I just don't know what you guys think, do you want to offer to do it and then they pay for it, or?
If we have it,
If you had time, I would say go for it, just
and that's just it, I mean,
make sure that you're charging more than enough, because it is taking time and it is private property. If they really wanted to set it, they could buy a pole and do it themselves. It's not as much fun, but
Right,
they don't have the nice digging equipment that can just swing it over and set it.
I just really don't have anybody right now,
I
what's
put,
Troy got?
I put my own up on my lot, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I put them up before.
Okay. Let's let them know that we can, but it may be, it's gonna be at our discretion.
It might be
when.
pricey.
yeah. And it may be 6 months, I mean, it's hard telling when
Yeah,
we have the
or
time to,
Poles aren't cheap now,
They're getting higher too, aren't
cause
they?
the ones we just ordered from War, that was, what, 32 poles? 22 poles for, it was 20 grand, so almost $1,000 a pole. I don't have them yet, but they are, I believe they're ordered, so. I don't have nothing for streets right now, haven't had time to look, so, the 19th, 20th, and 21st, Jared will be in Hayes for, he's gonna retake his water test. So it's gonna kinda throw the trash out of whack a little bit probably. He'll probably haul Tuesday before he goes and Friday when he's back. So,
have it out there, let people know.
She's good about that.
and I'll be gone the 19th through the 24th. I'm also going to Hayes. I'm gonna go get my hours since I've already got the certification. but I'm just gonna go up there. And I did call Dave this morning and he's gonna let me know who's on call for prayer lines and he'll kinda be watching. The only thing I don't know of prayer line is how much of the inside the power plant stuff they know, and I don't have anybody that really knows it right now.
Speaking of prayer line, did I talk to you about, they were talking about the tech school in Manhattan as well, and Pratt, possibly,
Yeah.
as far as a possible lineman deal? I don't remember who I was talking to at Prayer Land about where we might be able to come up with somebody else and.
It'd be nice to find somebody to help Dan.
I mean, you get them out of school, but then they usually need trained
Yeah,
when they first come out of school, so if I can find time to train them, but do what we can.
you don't have
Or
anything,
wait, do what I can.
you don't have anything else going on.
No, I don't. Not if the pool blow up and everything else. Okay, so Brock and I talked about the ditch on Spencer where it drains,
Mhm.
and we talked about maybe digging it down, pouring concrete down low enough to be at the bottom level of that, and then maybe putting some of the block walls in there to help guide the water into there instead of swirling on each side of the bank, cause it's eating out that ditch.
You're talking on that,
Clear the far end.
Clear the far end, yeah.
Eventually that bridge is gonna float away.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it does, we got problems, cause there's a sewer line underneath it. So, We talked about, that's what we talked about so far, maybe just putting concrete in there to aim it toward the, more the center of the ditch, once we get it dug down,
Dig it down and
And
pour
put blocks
concrete,
up on the
a
side.
concrete base all the way down
possibly.
to the culvert and, yeah,
Or put riprap or something in there,
something that would,
you know,
cause you're gonna get it filled with sand all the time.
but I don't have a cost on that, I'm just letting you guys know we talked about it.
So you're talking on the east side of the road?
Yeah, the east side of the angle road
Mhm.
down.
And then on the KMEA stuff, I just remembered this a little bit ago, but the credits that we got, capacity credits, whatever they are, they said it won't do us any good to set on them. They won't build any more money, we'd better off just selling them now. He said all they're really good for, if you set on them, is to say you're going green or whatever.
Just sell 'em.
So,
You won't get nothing, I mean, we'll get them, but that's what you wanna do, so.
we need a motion for that.
Cause I know Bud was asking about like building it up as a nest egg or whatever, and they won't do that. He said they'll get to where they're virtually worth nothing.
Is that a motion to sell them?
I'd move we sell them.
Moved by Randy, second
Second.
by Larry, all in favor?
That's all we got.
Anything else for Dan?
I got one more quick thing. This is like
Quick.
building permits that I've been asked about on this place here. So their wall drops down, and then they got a fence up against the wall. They wanna move it up, the fence up as high as the neighbor's property to be able to block it, otherwise the neighbor can look over the fence, which I told them I'd talk to you guys. It became
What would be the issue against it?
the ordinance says it's supposed to be natural height of.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the natural,
okay.
6 foot over the
off
natural
the
grade.
Yeah,
Where's this at?
that is, Cade Braceland's old house, between Slitton Hearts and Cade Braceland's old house, tell me. I don't know the
Oh,
exact address.
So they're wanting to build,
Well, they're wanting to build a fence up because she's wanting to put like a patio thing in the front of that garage, or the back of that garage, however you wanna say
right
it.
here,
Well, they would be on the other end. That's from the alley.
okay,
Great Bend, Grain Bend?
So down there where the wall is, they wanna go with a fence.
That's
They wanna
just-
put it on top of the wall though, basically.
Would it be obstructing anybody?
Well, if they're going,
isn't
if
this
they
the
go
natural
on
grade?
that, if the, yeah, cause that
Isn't this the
concrete's,
natural grade
your
of
grade's
the
right there with the,
Unless
concrete?
that's their wall, unless that's Slitton Hearts wall, is the thing. If that's Slitton her drop, she drops way down,
She's down here,
yeah.
this is her garage,
Mm-hmm,
and she's wanting to put a patio back here?
right.
she would have to be taller than 6 foot, but I would say that where they put that retaining wall in there and filled that up with dirt, that's
That's the
the grade.
natural grade,
Yeah, that's the grade, would be my opinion,
I mean, you could argue,
either way.
you could yeah,
Right, you can't argue either way, it's just,
it's not like you're putting a 3 foot,
I mean, if she could put a 6 foot on top of that concrete wall, except the concrete wall is probably the other person's.
mhm.
As long as it's not blocking somebody else or not affecting the neighbor.
And it would still be, she could go 6 foot above that
Mhm.
concrete, would be
Right,
my
that's
opinion,
basically what she wanted to do.
yeah. So it'd be like probably look like maybe a 9 foot tall wall but on her side.
So this is what they're wanting to do, but they wanna put the fence above the wall. That's a
Oh,
drawing
yeah,
that they did,
yeah.
so.
Yeah, and see, that does, if they can go on the wall would be ideal.
Mhm.
That's what she kinda wanna do,
And
rather,
if the, but
not on the wall, I think, but stay
stay
on her
inside,
side of it.
well, that's kinda like Erica did down between her and Larry. she talked to him, cause that wall that runs between her and Larry's place, the wall's Erica's, I think, but she went just on the inside of it. She stayed at 6 foot though.
I don't know what that would mean.
I don't know.
That look means that if she's putting it on her property and that's not her wall, then the natural grade is where the
Right.
ground is.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that's why I had to ask.
Yeah, I mean,
But if the wall's on the property line,
But-
then she can put it.
if the wall's on the property line, then if she gets consent from the neighbor, she can put it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be the natural grade, but if there's not assigned, if the neighbor doesn't sign off on it, then, well, I mean, then we have a 3 foot issue
Which I
regardless,
think is
but
for-
if it's not on the wall, then it needs to be 6 feet from the ground to ground, not 6 feet from the wall ground. But we know for a fact the wall is on the line.
I don't know for a fact. I'm guessing it is, I have not looked into it, but.
But either way, if she'd get permission,
To put it on the
To
property
put it on
line,
the
I mean,
wall.
property lines.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right, but I mean, I guess my concern is that if we don't know where the property line is, if that's the property line and she gets someone to sign off on it, then that's the property line and I have no objection, but if that wall is entirely on her neighbor's property,
then you got an
If
issue.
we can, cause, I mean, it's not like we have a building permit to
No.
approve or anything.
Right,
so
I'm just
right.
saying.
We can look into it and
yeah,
answer those questions
Yeah.
before we actually approve anything.
yes,
Okay, very good.
I just have to raise my concerns.
Now, is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay. So motion to accept and file the superintendent report. Moved by Randy, second by Bud, all in favor. Attorney report,
We have municipal court coming up on the 21st. As far as I know, there's one item scheduled on the docket. We're hoping that there would be 2, but we are awaiting a return of service, as we discussed earlier in the meeting. The other one is, I believe, livestock getting into the city. That has not been resolved, correct? Okay, so we have a livestock getting into the city issue. I am going through intermittently and working on the changes to the code, and I'm hoping to have those in June. That we went through the meetings, and then have a final, I'm going to try and put together, I'm copying and pasting as I do it, a list of just the ones that I did, so we're not scanning through 16 chapters, so you just have a, whatever it is, however many pages it ends up being, document of the changes that were made. And you can just flip through those and see the section numbers and go directly to it, if you wanna check it. But,
were we gonna get together and discuss the things we were gonna get together and
Yes.
discuss on the building
Yes.
codes?
yes,
Okay, just.
yes,
just let me
that's
know.
why I figured it was, I figured June.
Okay,
It's not, it's, I mean, it's not a ton of work, but it's not comparing line by line, but, yeah, I figured June, that way it would give us this month to meet, and then need to draft the revisions and then go back in and look at them, proofread, make sure they say what we want them to say.
that'll work.
I don't have anything else.
Is there a motion to accept and file the attorney report?
So moved.
Moved by Larry, second by Randy, all in favor. Treasurer report.
Just letting you guys know, you don't have a copy of this, but every year we let you know, what the CIC maintenance agreement is. This year it's $6,005. That it's gonna be up a little bit. It always goes up, but then we got the municipal court software. So the total is $6,005. So I'll be paying that with the next round of bills. Yeah, I'll be paying that with the next round of bills. You guys gave me permission here, I don't remember what meeting it was, to order t-shirts, uniform shirts for the crew and for the office, and I told you it would be under the spending limit. Well, then, we hired a couple people, so we added a couple more people, and so, that is also in the stack of bills tonight, but the total bill with everything was at $1,710.22, so I'm just letting you know that it was over the spending limit. I'm asking for forgiveness on that because of the changes in between time when I told you it wouldn't be. So,
So we make you pay it out of pocket.
so sorry about that.
There goes my check.
And don't ever let it happen again.
I will try not to. And then Scout Hut, I forgot to bring this up at the last meeting. Having a little bit of trouble again with the groups using it, not cleaning up. I'm getting messages because the other group goes in and it hasn't been vacuumed or this or that. So we need to get a handle on the Scout Hut. I mean, I think it's a great,
Is that free use or is it?
yep, it's free use. But this comes up occasionally.
Do they have an application to be able to use it, to reserve it for a time?
It's basically, they reserve it for the whole year. It's a 4-H club in the Boy Scouts. And they've got set meetings. They come in, they put their meetings on the calendar.
Didn't we send a letter a year or so? Lila was,
I don't know
we
that
sent a letter, or did she? We were gonna schedule a time and get
Yeah.
the organizations together and have a sit down with them, and then I thought we sent them a letter instead.
I don't remember exactly what happened. I know many years ago, we had this same thing and we had to send a letter.
This wasn't that,
No, this wasn't that long ago, but I'm not sure if the letter went out. I do think there was a lot of conflicts of times to be able to meet with the groups, to have a sit down and talk about it. But I have to be frank with you, I'm starting to think that may be the only way to resolve this, because it's a lot of finger pointing after the fact, and
the only other thing is they have to come check out a key and then the city sends somebody down to verify it was cleaned up. You know, I mean, that puts a lot on us, but
Or you charge a
you
deposit
charge a
per use.
deposit and then,
Per use.
mhm.
So even though if they've reserved it for a year and they're gonna use it once a month, there's 12 deposits I put down.
The alternative is you could say that there is, if it's not cleaned, there's a cleaning fee or whatever, and then lock it and do not let them back in until they pay that fee.
That would work.
we'd have to get it, and I agree.
I mean,
with
you'd
that,
have to get it in writing and put that policy in front of them and let them know.
But
and
we'd
it-
have to get their key back.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
That
thing,
might
just change out to one of those with a
Keypads.
keypad, and then you just take their
You
Keep
give- and
their
you can
combination
change it.
out, and then, I mean, that would be an option.
That would probably be easier
Cause
than keeping track of
each group would
keys.
have their own passcode, and then
That would work.
one group doesn't clean up after themselves,
You can get the keypad like my daughter has for the rentals, and she does it on her phone, change the number, and so you don't even have to go down there.
That would be worth looking into for sure.
Change it on her phone?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Yep, the newer ones, you can go out everything.
I'm way behind.
You
I was
can,
gonna
you
say,
can,
this
you
is
can, you can control your
2026, I
sprinkler
mean-
boxes from your phone, like
Oh,
your
yeah,
sprinklers
I
from
mean,
your
come
phone
on.
now.
But I don't think we have
And
internet
that's not a
there,
good deal.
and
I
I've
tried
looked
it.
at
My
that too.
refrigerator phone's
But
here.
Might
there's
take-
other ones that you can just program.
The
Like
other
here's some
ones,
new
yeah.
emails.
What?
Like,
You
We
think it's
just,
worth
we can
sending
go back to
another
like
letter out?
2010, Jim, and just get the
Right,
manual
But we-
update ones.
then we just have to remember, we have to figure out someone to go down and change that. I just,
Do you think it's worth sending a letter out again?
no,
No?
I feel like it is a meeting. We're talking, I'm going to be very frank here, and I'm gonna be as frank as I can be frank. We are talking about groups that are leading children, and then I get pictures. I mean, the last one I got was on a Sunday afternoon. And I'm like, these are groups that are leading children to be better people. But then whatever happens, and I'm not accusing one or the other, but whatever happens, I'm getting pictures because there's stuff on the floor that hasn't been vacuumed. do you see where I'm coming from? I have a whole different view about it, because we provide a vacuum. We provide, I believe there's a mop and a bucket down there. We provide the cleaning supplies. Alls we've ever asked them to do is to clean up after their meetings. And then I get messages on a Sunday because the group before hasn't vacuumed.
You'd have to have somebody that would follow up after the meeting, and then whether you charge a cleaning fee, or then you gotta pull somebody from the city to.
And then that involves, so then you have to work that out with Dan. I can't believe we have to continue to talk about this with the type of groups that are there.
The other option is to shut it off for them. Just say, nope. If you're not gonna be adult and clean up after yourselves or your group is not gonna clean up after itself, you don't need access. And shut them both off. I mean, that's the option.
I know I sound pretty crabby about it, but I am pretty crabby about it. I'm not, and
I'm getting those.
And listen, you know what, you guys know that I try to do what I can for our customers after hours, but when it's a Sunday and I'm getting messages, and this is not the first time it's happened, or a holiday, because adults can't work together to keep the scout hut clean. I think that it, maybe we ask them to come to a council meeting, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that would be extreme, and I know I'm sounding pretty crabby about it, but man, that is a nice building to get to use for free. They don't
That's-
have to reimburse for utilities, we provide everything.
That's gonna show up in the paper, Jen was crabby.
Yes.
Because adults don't know how to adult.
People will go, oh, I already knew that.
I hate to shut them off, but you're absolutely right. I mean, there's gotta be something to make it work.
That's where I'm at with it, and I mean, on the other hand, and this is entirely up to you guys, if I get those messages, I try to be objective, and I don't really mind sending a message back that says, to both groups, saying if somebody doesn't go down there and clean this up, I guess we'll lock it. That would be extreme, and I wouldn't say it that way, but I don't wanna address the problem, because it's not my problem to address.
Yeah.
But I'm easily accessible because I've made myself that way, unfortunately. But I'm not the fixer of this.
Yeah.
I think we need to institute at least a yearly cleaning fee, and both of them need to pay it, and if after the year they've maintained, they can get their money back, otherwise, no, we keep it. Something along those lines.
Bud, you have any thoughts?
I don't know, I just think that give them fair warning and make sure they check a key out and check a key in or whatever. And if they don't clean it up, charge them, tell them they're going to be charged a fee. And if you do not pay it, you're not back in. You've got one try, here you are.
That's where that keypad thing would be really nice.
That's what we're looking to see what those.
Those
cost.
keypads only I think
Yeah, they're not very
$69
expensive.
or something like that.
I mean, as you know, Dan got a quote, and I didn't go down and look at it, but hard telling how long that water heater leaked under that kitchen sink
Yeah.
before our guys found it. And I mean, from what Dan described, I can't believe that the group's meeting once a month didn't see something.
I don't know of another location, fairground or anywhere else in any other town that you don't have, there's a cleaning fee if you don't clean up.
And the agreement kinda always was that just clean up after your group thing. And so, we've always been I think we've been pretty generous with that building. I mean, I really do. It's a nice building for these groups to use. But it seems like recently, in the last couple of years, about once a year, we're getting this finger pointing stuff. So, I mean, we can look into one of those keypads. I do think it would be, easier like an internet one, cause we could hook it to like the tablet and
Yeah.
change the codes, but
Yeah, she changes codes in between each renter, so it just,
I don't know. if
But
we
not
should-
having internet down there.
I wonder though if we could
Uh,
bridge that?
I
There's
think,
wireless, I think we can,
I think you can do it through the, Verizon or AT&T, I think. There's
We can
some
look
of you
into it and
can.
see.
I wonder
yeah,
if we
there's some
could
cell
bridge
site
that
things
yeah,
for the
over to
internet.
the power plant.
You could.
I don't know. I'm like not IT, but I've heard people talk about
I mean,
bridges and stuff,
uh,
so.
Well,
It's our
the
road.
Equity has a bridge from Bartlett, sold elevator down to the building on Main
That's how
Street.
we're on our cameras, it's recycled, the
Mhm.
bridge from the power plant.
It may be,
Let's look into it and then we can just tell, here's your
Yeah.
code and you don't clean up after yourself, then
We will lock you out.
we'll lock you out until it is cleaned up.
and so I'll lead into my next thing. I'm not sure I'll have time to do that before the next meeting, because I too will be gone next week. At least Tuesday through Friday, but possibly Monday through Friday. So Jamie and Wyatt know that if they have anything come up, I will have my phone, I will be available if they have any problems come up, but like not accessible to drive back.
Where are you going?
Anyways, I think that is all I have. I think that's all I have.
Is there a motion to accept and file the treasurer report?
Yep.
Moved by Randy, second by Larry, all in favor. Clerk report.
Okay, so we have the payroll reports and then the other financials in there. I don't have anything on that. Do you guys have anything that you needed answered or? Okay. We spoke with the auditors. They'll be presenting on the 26th. They're making some final adjustments.
Do we have everything wrapped up for 25 and
We believe so.
expenses and everything done and?
We believe so.
Or we won't be adding a grade or anything at that point, unless they find something else that I
Right.
need to adjust, but any more expenses.
There shouldn't be anything else. And then I went ahead and signed up for it. I guess I'm asking permission late. League is having a municipal finance and budget webinar tomorrow morning, or virtual class tomorrow morning. It was the last day to sign up for it, so we just went ahead and did it, if that's okay. If not, I'm
Good.
happy to pay for it myself.
No.
So that's tomorrow.
She didn't word that right. What she should have said is, Jen told me I should just sign up for it and then she'd take the fall. I said, no. You didn't do that right.
Do it.
I have trouble pushing people under that bus wheel.
It popped up in our email, last Thursday?
Right, yeah. And I'm
And
sure
us,
we've seen it
too.
before, but didn't, like,
I
pay
saw it and
attention.
I thought, oh,
Sometimes
okay.
you just jump on 'em.
That's what I told her, I said, I guarantee you guys are gonna be good with something like this, what a great opportunity and education
Yeah, I
from
think
the league,
it's,
so anyway.
I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
important to get
I
as
think
many
I
of
saw
those
that
as
too.
possible. Let me see here. Oh, just for FYI, got notice from a couple of different sources that the website, and you guys may already know this, the website accessibility deadline has been extended for until 2028. Let's see what else. We did get, and it's not in your packet because I don't believe it's in your packet. I think it's just on the shared, just the monthly, the update from options. I think that's all I have regular, and then while you guys were discussing other topics, this is kind of just since we're here. I did go on to Department of Transportation website and look up some information about that grant, so we don't have to wait for everything till next time, if you're okay with that. If I can get this stinking thing to work. It does have a 20% match. It does, you can do other things, but you have to prove that how they relate to, reducing deaths. SS4A program is intended to reduce roadway fatalities and serious injuries. However, projects funded may have other indirect benefits. Application would need to clearly indicate how the primary project benefit is aligned to a reduction in roadway fatalities and serious injuries. There is a 20% match of the total project cost for all SS4A grants. Local match may include both cash as well as in-kind contributions. So that's probably what she was talking about as far as getting that. I'll look up more information, but this is straight from DOT website. And that is all I have, unless Jen thinks I'm missing something.
Accept and file the clerk report.
So moved.
Moved by Larry, second by Randy, all in favor? Alright, council comments, Bud?
I just had one person ask about the showers up on the highway, when they're available, and are they available?
They're open year,
Cause I didn't go look, but
they're open year round.
I think they're open, yeah, I was say, I think they're open year round still.
just got a party there, June, coming in, just accessibility is what they wanted to know.
Yeah, it should all be opened up. We don't close the back road, so
Okay,
Oh, okay.
Well,
Closing
I
that
don't know.
one.
huh?
They don't close either one.
I don't think close, yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, they're
close.
both-
Just down here at the park.
Yeah, that's the only bathroom that's closed in the wintertime. The other two up there are open year round.
they're just wanting showers available.
Larry?
The only thing I've got is alumni, concert for the alumni secret agent band, Saturday, June 20th. And other than that, I will not be here at the next meeting. So I'll be out of the area.
Randy?
What's that look for?
Well,
I don't have anything.
No, yeah.
Don't have anything, I guess we need
Executive session.
What do you think, 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah. Is there a motion to go into executive session for non-elected person? It's past 9 o'clock, it's past
Don't
my
write
bedtime.
that down.
Yes, it's past my bedtime. For attorney-client privilege, pending litigation, pending contract, Lauren, what did you?
Prospective litigation is what we've always,
Litigation.
Did it, I
Okay,
think?
10 minutes to resume at
am I coming back?
9. Yeah, we'll come back at 9:25. Is there a motion?
So
Moved by Larry, second by Randy. Do you want everybody in here?
Yeah.
Fine, yeah. All right, we'll let you know, Sherry, when we're done. We're out of executive session, no decisions were made. I think we still need to review the bills on ordinance 1110.
Do you have something for me from the auditors? Usually I get a letter from their
Since I
audit
signed them, I can't really
that
motion.
says, they want to make sure
This
that
time,
there's
that's
not
what
any
he's about to do.
prescription. So you said that my bills have been
Sign
paid?
this back.
I can't, I am.
If so, it would come before
They
we
told me to
start,
sign
I
them.
can ask.
We're wondering who could actually vote on it. To make a motion. I'm
Bud
just
can make the motion.
I'm just kidding.
Said, I signed them, I can't make the motion. I said, well, he signed the vouchers and you signed the check, so.
So nobody can do it.
Bud can, you can motion.
Need a motion to pay the bills.
Moved by Bud,
I'll second it.
second by Randy, all in favor? Is there a motion to adjourn? Yeah. Moved by Larry, second by Randy, all in favor? Hey, I got it right.
Who is opposing that?
Can I just give you